What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and is it too early to celebrate? I think today calls for a celebration because our boy Johnny absolutely killed it on the stand. And I know, we still have a while to go in this trial, but in my honest opinion, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but in my honest opinion, I feel like the death blow was dealt to Amber Turd's defenses today. Now, we know that basically all they've been going off of is the fact that Johnny does drugs and Johnny smokes this, Johnny snorts that, Johnny sips on this. But they've also been playing all of these audio recordings. And I think that they expect that these audio recordings are going to make Johnny look bad. And the mainstream media, they've been taking these audio recordings and adding headlines to them to make it look like Johnny's such a monster. But when you listen to it, and you're not swayed by the mainstream media, and you really listen to it, you see that it honestly makes Amber Turd look bad. And all of these audio recordings, there's a reoccurring theme. You want to know what that reoccurring theme is? That Johnny Depp tries to separate himself from the situation. Now, I know all cases are a little bit different. People act differently. But in most cases, I think it's safe to say that someone who's accused of being this monster that likes to just lay his hands on women, usually they're not the type that separates themselves from the situation. That's the exact opposite of what these type of people do. These type of people like conflict. They like to assert themselves in these situations. They're not the ones that try to separate. They're the ones that are asserting themselves in these situations. Yet all of these recordings, you hear Amber Turd basically breaking down and acting psychotic because Johnny Depp is trying to separate himself. I snipped out a few clips from today that I just feel like are the knockout punches. I feel like these clips that I'm going to play in this video are the knockout punches. And I know to some people who have been following this case super closely, you may have heard some of this audio before, but this is also going to be new for a lot of people. And I don't think any of us have heard everything that's going to be played in this trial. There's definitely some evidence here that's going to be new to all of us. So that's why this trial is interesting for everyone. People who have been fully up on game about what's going on, and those of you all who are new to this case. So I want to play this clip for you from today because, listen, I know everyone can't sit there for 6 hours a day and watch this trial, but this is what I feel like. This is like just one of two knockout punches to Amber Turd. I'll just say that. But let's just go ahead and check it.
May I go?
Please, it causes me so much stress when you walk away from me with that. It's like you don't understand how much worse you're making this.
I can't believe this.
Please, you're making it worse for me.
Okay, I'm sorry for you.
Please, I'm only trying to tell you so that you know you're causing me immense stress right now when you walk away like that. There's no reason to be mad.
Well, then say goodbye. I haven't walked away. You're not saying goodbye. You won't let me fucking leave. Let me leave.
Oh my God. Stop rushing me! Stop pushing me in the corner and then poking me with a stick and then saying, why aren't you saying the words you want me to say? Stop poking me! Stop rushing me! Stop throwing me against the wall and going, what? You don't like that wall? You don't like the fucking wall? Stop pushing me!
Amber, I'm not pushing you. I'm not rushing you. I said, I need space. I don't want this conversation anymore right now. I need space. And I will take my space. Whether you like it or not, I will take it. And you will take your space. But if you keep halting
I'm not doing anything
this
to you.
and continuing
I'm
with
not
the rhetoric,
continuing it. I'm begging you to stop.
I don't. Okay, stop. I'm stopped. Stop. Now I have to go. Okay? So we will speak to each other in a couple of hours. Okay? I hope you have some kind of revelation that makes you feel better. You know? I hope I do too. But we'll just see when I get home. We'll just talk, or we won't talk, or we'll finish this, or we won't finish it. But this is not love. This is not happiness. This is not. This is.
You know what I hate the most about that recording? You know what hate's not even the right word. You know what I despise the most about that recording? Is Amber Turd's use of words. How she was using words like, stop pushing me, stop poking me. Knowing that there was no physical pushing or poking going on, she was using that like, stop pushing me, as a figure of speech. So Johnny wouldn't realize that, oh, this is basically her trying to manipulate this conversation so she could use it as if this is Johnny actually pushing her, actually prodding at her, poking her. Because what the defense of Amber Turd has been doing, they've been taking things that are obviously jokes, are obviously figures of speeches, and they're trying to act like it's 100% real and true. Like all of the jokes that Johnny has shared with his friends, they're trying to apply it to this case like, oh, this is what Johnny's real intentions were. Even though it's clearly a joke. And even though this is clearly a figure of speech from this clip, they want it to be portrayed as, oh, this is Johnny pushing her. No. She's saying that Johnny is pushing her because Johnny separates himself when she goes on these psychotic rampages because he knows that she gets physical fast. He knows, and he stated before, that the punches are going to start flying from Amber Turd, of course. So this clip just shows you what he has to go through just when he tries to separate himself from the situation. And like I stated before we watched this clip, this isn't something that someone, it sucks I can't use the words, but someone who, this monster of a person who does what Johnny's accused of, they don't separate themselves. I cannot stress that enough. And this clip shows you how she would act. Like, oh, you're causing me so much stress. You're such a bad person for not sitting here and taking everything that I throw at you. So when Johnny walks away after she verbally assaults Johnny and physically assaults Johnny, him walking away, she says it's causing her stress. And we've heard it from all these different recordings throughout this trial that she just loses it because Johnny won't stay there and get into these knockdown, drag-out fights with her. She absolutely can't stand the fact that Johnny has enough control to walk away. And I hate to say this. This may sound controversial to some. But what women, I feel like Amber Turd wants, they don't want a guy that walks away. I feel like they want a toxic relationship where they both get physical and they both fight each other. That's what I feel like she craves. Because she tried to provoke him every step of the way. And I've encountered women like this before in my life. It's like they almost crave for you to be this physical, like, hurtful person to them. I can't use the word. We all know the word. It starts with an A. It's almost like they want you to be that way. And when you're not, they'll call you weak. They'll call you this. They'll call you that. You're a PUSSY because you're walking away from a physical altercation with a woman. So she played herself out to be this huge victim, like she was going through so much just because Johnny didn't entertain all of her crazy nonsense. And Johnny was wise enough to know when she was going to go off and start acting crazy. So he would go to another room. She would follow. He would try to lock himself in somewhere. She would bang on the door. She would follow him all around like a puppy dog, and he couldn't get away from it. And you could sense the frustration in his voice. Like, please, let me go. Say goodbye. Like, he's trying to get out of there. He's trying to get out of there. But it's not enough. It's not enough. And the fact that they're playing these clips, it does not look good on AH's behalf one bit. It shows that Johnny was the type of person to walk away. Johnny was the type of person that he's going to punch a wall. He's going to kick a cabinet. He's going to take a frying pan and smash it against something. He'll take paint and paint all over the whole freaking house, but he's not going to put his hands on you. He'll do everything but that. That's the way it seems to me. That's the way this is playing out to me. Because if this man was this monster, then why is there so much evidence of him walking away? And why did Amber Turd think it was a good idea for her to collect all these audio recordings of Johnny walking away? It shows how narcissistic she is. In her eyes, a lot of these recordings, they look good on her behalf. She doesn't realize how crazy and stupid she sounds in them, and that she's basically going crazy because Johnny's trying to separate himself from the situation. I mean, honestly, even in some of these recordings, Johnny comes off as kind of polite. Even in moments where Amber Turd is clearly having a psychotic breakdown. Like, he'll be like, listen, I need to get away. I need to separate myself. Maybe you could think about the situation, you know, come to some type of resolution, and I can go on my own and think about the situation and come to some type of resolution, and then we'll come back together. It's like, how nice can you be about it? Even in these moments when she's just acting completely crazy, Johnny accepts her in those moments, because I guess Johnny had to have had some type of feelings for this woman, because she's acting psychotic and he knows how she is and he's learned to deal with it. So he's just like, listen, I just need to separate. You think about this and I'm going to think about this. He doesn't even put all of it on her. He accepts some of the responsibility. So maybe he could change and think about things. Like, there's other snippets of recordings that I would like to play for you all. I picked out two of the ones that I thought were the most telling. If you want me to react to some more clips from today's trial or day 8 of Johnny Depp trial, then let me know down in the comments below, because there's a few other interesting statements that I wouldn't mind reacting to. But in a few of these recordings, like I stated, Johnny comes off as kind of polite. Like, he doesn't come off as a person that is just putting all the accountability on Amber Turd. Like, oh, everything in our relationship is all on you. He even admits, like, yeah, I need to think about some things and, you know, and figure some things out too. Like, and I feel like that, when you hear that, it sounds like he's kind of being understanding. He's accepting that she's totally crazy. He loves her anyway, and he just needs some time away, and she needs some time away, and she can absolutely not stand it. She cannot stand it. But like I stated at the beginning of this video, I feel like today was the death blow to Amber Turd's defenses. There was like a 1-2 punch. And this next clip, I feel like was the game changer. It was the fight ender. It was the I don't even know the word to properly explain what this is. But this clip just says it all. It just wraps up everything like a nice, pretty present and puts a bow on top. And it's just like, okay, this case is out of there. Johnny wins. Johnny freaking wins. After hearing this clip, after this clip being played in court, I do not know how any jury, now I know there's going to be more information to come out, I get it. But after hearing this, I feel like this is the death blow. How can any jury hear this little clip and not realize that Amber Turd is a complete liar? Let's go ahead and listen to the clip, and then I'll be back with my thoughts about it.
I have no idea. Every ounce of my credibility has been taken from. I mean, and done so in a dishonest way. You know?
Amber, the abuse thing is we've got to deal with that. Yeah. We've got to deal with that, Amber.
I don't have any way of my credit. It's my credibility. You know what?
And why did you put that out there?
I did not. You forced me. Your team forced me to by going on the offense.
I didn't force you to.
I promise. Look up the timeline to these things. Everything is. Forget it.
And that right there, folks, is, in my opinion, the end for Amber Turd. That little clip right there totally ends Amber Turd's total defense. It ends any shred of credibility that she hoped to have after this case. It's completely done for, in my opinion. Now, you could feel free to tell me if this is a reach down in the comments below. But I'm being totally honest here. This isn't an overreaction. I'm not trying to overreact just for YouTube. That clip, cut and dry. Like, if I didn't see anything from this trial, you could play this clip and I'd be like, well, there it is. Can we wrap it up here now, folks? Can we go home? Is the trial over? There it is. What that sounded like to me was Amber Turd basically saying that she would walk back all of these claims, but she's afraid for her credibility. That she's scared about her credibility. Am I right? Or am I right? In that clip, when Johnny confronts her about these allegations, about the article, does she double down and say, well, that's what really happened, Johnny? I'm telling the truth, Johnny. No, it's, oh, my credibility. What about Johnny's credibility? Did you not realize you totally destroyed Johnny when... What? The fact that stuff like this is out here and this whole situation is dragged on this long is just absolutely disgusting to me. This is like a cut and dry case. Yet here we are dealing with stuff that happened in half a decade ago or more. My credibility. That's insinuating that if you tell the truth, your credibility will be ruined. Am I correct? If it's, trying to be truthful about the article, why would your credibility be at stake? Unless you were telling a lie. In my opinion, this is not only her basically admitting that she lied. This is her saying, I kind of feel guilty about it. Or this is basically what she's telling Johnny. But my credibility. Never mind Johnny's credibility. What about my credibility? So I can't tell the truth. I can't tell everyone this was all a over-fabricated, over-exaggerated story that I made up for whatever reason. I can't do that because of my credibility. In my honest opinion, anyone who went through what she says she went through in that moment, you would double down. Like, what you mean we got to do something about the article? You did this to me, Johnny. But that's not how the conversation played out, did it? It played out Amber basically breaking down, basically trying to apologize in her way for what she did to Johnny and saying, but my credibility is at stake here now. So I can't change up the story. And it's your fault that I did it anyway. Then she can't even take accountability for what she did wrong in that moment. She's basically like, I can't come out and tell the truth because of my credibility. And honestly, the only reason I did this in the first place is because I felt forced to by you. So she basically blames all of it on Johnny. Sorry, Johnny, it's your fault that I felt the need to lie on you. Sorry, Johnny, it's your fault. You made me feel pressured, so I had to come up with these fake allegations and blast them out there to the world, Johnny. Sorry, but my credibility is at stake here. I felt pushed. This is your fault. This is your team. Y'all made me feel like I had to do this, Johnny. You went on the offensive, Johnny. And it's right there. It's laid all out there before you, but people are still blinded. Now, I mean, Amber Turd looks easy on the eyes, but goddamn, people, is it that serious? What is it about this woman? Come to find out, she doesn't even have that much money. Like, this is being funded by someone else. What is it about this woman that has people so crazy over her? What is it about this woman that has people to the point where they just ignore the blatantly obvious information right in front of your face? It shows you this was all deeper than just Johnny and Amber Turd. Amber Turd's got some people backing her. Johnny was supposed to be the face for this new movement, this women empowerment movement, this movement about making men look so horrible and demonizing men. Johnny was supposed to be the face for that movement. And Amber Turd was going to be the other face. Johnny was going to be the villain, and Amber Turd was going to be this hero, riding off into the sunset for all victims out there, even though she's a fake victim. So not only is Amber Turd's reputation at stake here, this whole movement that they had built up that was gaining momentum. Men were getting canceled left and right, and some, I don't agree with cancel culture, but there were some monsters out there that got taken out or got called out. But there was a lot of innocent men that just fell victim to, oh, this is the popular thing to do right now. And Johnny was going to be that face. Johnny was no longer going to be the face of the Pirates franchise. He was no longer going to be the face of whatever movie you want to, attach his face to. They wanted him to be the face of monstrous men that harm women, for lack of better words, because I can't say what they really wanted him to be the face of on YouTube. And it just backfired. They wanted Johnny to be the face, to be the villain of this new movement, and instead, he's created a movement of his own. And not intentionally, but unintentionally. People are rallying behind this because there's a lot of men out there who have gone through a lot of crazy situations. And even if they will never speak up about it because they may be embarrassed or shy or what have you, they're like vicariously living through Johnny. Like, this is a win for all the men who have ever got lied on about things in their life. And it's happened to a lot of people. So this audio clip, this was the 1-2 punch. The 1-2 punch. And this is what they ended this whole cross-examination on. You have to remember that, folks. Because Johnny's time on the stand is over. Now they've called up other people. So they ended this whole thing, or at least Johnny's testimony and the cross-examination of Johnny, they ended it on the note of, here's some audio, here's Johnny trying to separate himself from this woman who is flipping her right now. And oh, here's Amber Turd admitting that basically this is all a lie and she's afraid that her credibility is at stake if she tells the truth. And bam, there you have it, folks. Amber Turd loses, Johnny wins. I want to know your thoughts. Are you as optimistic as me? Like, how do you feel about today? Like I've stated in my prior video, I felt like today was a solid win for Johnny Depp. I felt like there were moments that Johnny's team could have spoken up and defended him a little bit more, but I feel like it looks good that they kind of just let things flow because they don't have anything to hide. So they just kind of let things just roll on forward while Amber Turd's team was just like, hearsay, objection, just cutting Johnny off every moment because they know that nothing Johnny says, which is the truth, is going to make it any better for them. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Become a channel member today, or you can support the channel via Cash App. But as always, I'll talk to you on the next video.